feel mind fucked, man. Such crippling boredom from earlier. Just walking around, I just felt like perma fucked. Really, I should probably just go to bed or just watch some shit for a few minutes and then go to bed. But here I am, man. I always want to kind of get more done. Yeah, this one is super fucking boring, man. I have no idea how to solve this. Need to be a bit more liberal with the guide. God damn, man. Canceling it. I mean, it won't be tomorrow. I won't be on this much longer tonight. Just want to do a little bit. Keep having to sleep in.
Not now, Quinlan. It's not a good time.
Every day. That's what I need, man. Give me a skip, go to. How do we get into a journal? Boggers. It's like the puzzles are pretty fucked. That's probably a unique thing in this, but really the arbitrary just flags jumping around and like whatever story, that's a bit more common in these. What really makes it sink in is just the animations, man. It's the animations where it's so bad it wouldn't even matter. I mean, this hasn't opened any flags yet. But there's nothing online to put in any info. So it's like, is this just gonna be a flag later? I don't see why this would have anything to do with her fucking journal. Unless they're trying to make him seem like the fucking killer.
Let's make out his personnel file. Could make for interesting reading.
Date of birth. I mean, the address would be useful, but I can't go anywhere. Silver Cross, Scorpio reward, virtual cluster. What am I supposed to care about here? These bounties, Silver Cross. There's not much info to put in anywhere, it's just the journal. Can I tell here? Any clue as to what's in here? Magnata. Rupert. I don't remember how you spell his name. Bull. Let me take a picture of this. I do just need info. I'd like to not have to run back here. I need to keep an extensive list of fucking photos. Because like I said, that's the part that sucks. I mean, the puzzle's being completely fucked.
Vince Magnata's personnel file. Could make for interesting reading.
Ain't helping much. Oh, Can I open the journal right now, man? I don't think you have a guide for this open. It's my cry for help. Hit me, Goldie. Late Act 2, I can open the journal. Her journal? Must get some clues for it. Now, figuring this out's a thing, man. I don't know if that's going to be later on, too. I assume she'll just tell me in her mind or something. No, I gotcha. I mean, as long as the game tells me and I'm not just expected to just take some kind of crazy jump. Jay Dorset. Oh, that can't be it because I would have had that in the last act, but we could try it anyways. The guide I looked at is just an itemized list and it seemed like a jump situation. Like, what do you mean? You have to make like a huge leap? Like it's just bullshit. The problem is that this game wants you to just a hopscotch. I mean, what is his? July 24th. Leo. I think that's going to be helpful to us, but if we wanted just to get people's fucking Zodiac, then I mean, there's just not much info on the things we've gotten, so it's like, if it's not related to info on his thing, then I'm just looking for a fucking random trigger. Well, other than that, I guess there's this puzzle I can try and solve. There's a 29 back there. A 29 over here. No, 41. $29, $29, $41. Just wonder if I can move on without any of this. What is all this supposed to mean? It just changes the green dots every time. Dunno. I don't even know where to start with this thing. Does it look like it has rhyme or reason?
Got those reporter's instincts working, huh, Coleman? Hot on the trail.
What's all this? Advanced chipset analysis.
Object scanned into database.
Didn't even have to buy it. The only reason we're in here? Let's help me with that room. What the? What in the fuck is this? No 18Js work together. What the fuck is this? And here I thought I was gonna get something I could use, man. Oh my god. God, is this your fault? Did you do this to me?
Got those reporters.
I did it. Wait. I did. You did it.
Hey, Quinlan.
Alright, Quinlan. Got some sweets. So mind numbed, I bought a bunch of unhealthy sweets to eat today. I tried talking to her in the hospital. Maybe something has happened. Get the guy ready, got him. Get it ready. Just the crystal shit again.
Exit cyberspace. Virtual Herald.
So nothing there. Nothing in the gym. Nothing in the newsroom. Shouldn't be anything in the police station. We just did soap smoke out. Unless getting this fucking magazine magically lets us do shit. We can try going back into her mind. Otherwise, the only thing I got is her journal and the puzzle in her room.
on, Quinlan. We gonna do this or not?
Use your decking unit on the computer. We can help your girlfriend.
Alright, go. Give me something, man. Come on, man. What do you got for me? Do I have to solve one of the puzzles, I'm guessing? There's not really anything else, unless there's like a flag somewhere we got. It's alright if you don't have anything. Giving you shit. Ooh. Just want to go through every single area. I could still check the morgue again, or Magnata's office. Yeah, I've been in the file room. I've seen the files. Do I just need to use Magnata's files then? There's only one thing I could put in any words from. So I have to use Magnata's file to get in the journal? What the hell would that have to do with anything? Why would that ever be the case? Let me check the photo. Start putting shit in. Vincent, Leo, let's do 04/24-1997, 432, Silver, Scorpio. What is the tip off even on this? No, she's not. She's a Pisces. A Pisces. And Vincent Magnata is a Leo. I already checked. I literally just typed the word Scorpio because it was in one of the fucking things on the picture. Catherine words? Because she likes zodiac signs and it's just a Scorpio word? Jesus, dude. That is such a fucking leap. So there's one puzzle we did earlier involving her birth date, February 25th, being the Pisces, whatever it is. And then you're supposed to assume that any info after that on a random person's fucking, like, information in a fucking police database that has a similar, just a zodiac name, Scorpio, even though he's a Leo, is supposed to be the fucking code to her thing? The only way you'd get this is just process of elimination. Like, there was nothing else for me to put stuff in. So, like, if it's the file area, this is the only place I could use it, right? But then, I mean, I still got help for that. You're more likely gonna save it. Catherine words, dude. Wow. Yeah, so there's no reason. Just pure fucking, just whatever, man. Why would you... See, the thing is, you don't even, like, you could say that, oh, maybe Vincent Magnata is, like, at this point, possibly the Ripper. But you wouldn't know for sure, or you wouldn't have enough to go off of to be like, oh, yeah, he's really suspicious. I better, like, try to pull info off of him and put it into this. You don't know that she thinks he's a killer. So why would you think... It's like somebody wrote this, and they're like, oh, she thinks he's a killer, so we'll make it a password from his document. But you don't know that she knows, or that she thinks that, right? So like, why would you ever do it? I feel like the puzzle maker writer thought very little about what a new player would be thinking while playing the game. Which is just bad game design. You should always be thinking about what people are gonna do. Why would I assume I'd use Vincent Magnotta's? It's a random word. There's probably other Zodiac words out there too. If it said somewhere, like in here, like Magnotta, then maybe I would go to his thing and then be like, oh well, there's Scorpio, or like Zodiac, and it's like mixed up, like, you know, like an anagram, and then like Magnotta. Sure. It feels like there's an entire hint to this just missing. She thinks it's Claire Burton, Vincent Magnotta, or Joey Falconetti. Okay. There's a reason, yeah, I mean.
Think about joining up. With your physique, it wouldn't take you long to get ripped.
Apparently she's already got it down to 2-3 people for us.
I wish you'd ask all of your questions.
Go ahead, man. This whole game is fucking crazy, Chris. I can now solve the book puzzle? With the info I just got? What? What on here makes me... Oh, Jesus, like you can barely tell. You can't scroll normal. There's no arrows. Usually arrows in this. The bird's eye knows call text called advanced notional mapping. There's an inscription inside. It's a slim chance, but it could be a lead. Soap delivered as promised. Is there more decryption? Oh, it's making noise. I guess this means 50%. They just couldn't spring for percent sign in their font here. The puzzles on medium? I think they're on easy. Oh, they're on medium, yeah. Maybe I should put them on easy. The Women of Whitechapel and Jack the Ripper. Probably best I leave it on medium then. I might have to go talk to that guy. She talked about soap. Or it's gonna be tied to this fucking chip I got. Well, I'm gonna go try to talk to her. She might give me something in her sleep. And I'll talk to Soap. I just don't think I have any information there until I've exhausted what things I feel like would be info.
Got those reporters.
I don't want to go too crazy. God, why would they ever assume? No wonder everybody thought this was shit. I mean, the actual FMV story stuff isn't like crazy. I mean, the FMVs are funny and the celebrities make it worth it, but like, damn, the gameplay absolutely fucking slays it. It's insane. Just the fucking slow speed and absolute just leap logic, man. Just arcane leap logic. There's no reason to think that you need to use the word Scorpio from like that's really just the writer just writing whatever. And he thinks, oh yeah, that's a slight connection, that word there on this random sheet. But like a smart person's gonna be like thinking about connections, the story, clues, and they're gonna disregard irrelevant just plunges into the fucking whatever until they have very little left to work with, right? That's when you get desperate. And that's the point that they want you to be in with that kind of fucking answer. So it's just wild, man. Like, that is a desperation only thing, man. Like, her character is not so ingrained with fucking zodiac signs that just me seeing one in the wild gonna make me assume I need to plop one in somewhere. Bizarre. Books around here too. Damn. I have like one pastry and like a donut and I'm like instant heartburn death. The reasons I don't have many. So is the next step just to solve the book? Is that it? Like there's nothing really else to do except go to Magnata's, I suppose. Really? That's the next step? We figure out who she might want to fucking name as the killer and there's no flags raised this time? Oh my god, what do I even do? I mean, yeah, I know this is here, but that's all it's really done. Like, giving me this thing. Unless I was just like doing it right somehow before, but now they'll actually let you. Like, solve it? What's the bullshit meter on this one, man? The bullshit rating. Seven. All west. I don't know what I'm looking at. Hmm.
Salisbury. I wonder what that means.
Too tired for this shit, man. What does it go to? Let's get it rocking, man. So maybe I can spend time on this, but I've already lost way too much patience with this game. In the third paragraph. Two, try. Oh, 2, 3, 6, 2, 2, 3, 6, 2. What the fuck is 2? What the fuck is 3? What the fuck is 6? Why Why would they assume? Why would you assume it's the top? This is the problem. Is you wouldn't even think about numbers because this doesn't scream numbers at all. Especially because this just randomly does stuff. Is it just bait? It's just bad, yeah. It's just like, what are they thinking, man? You're just like, oh, these must be numbers. The electronic journal has a couple numbers. Like if you thought, oh, okay, these are numbers for sure. Around the dial, like it says it somewhere maybe, like in the magazine, maybe it says, oh, well, the special, you know, circle lock, you know, clockwise 1 to 6 or whatever. Then maybe you'd start looking for numbers in places. The entire thing. One, three. Nickels is 1? So not only do you need to assume that the fucking output you're seeing on the book is numbers somehow, you have to assume it's also starting from the top, and that the fucking 4x4 grid on the bottom right is meaningless. And then on top of that, once you've come to that conclusion for sure, you're like, yep, this is it. Got it. You go through her dialogue in her electronic journal and assume every fucking number here is actually part of the code, including nickels, which is 5. 2 nickels is 2 5s? So instead of 1 2 5 5, it's 1 5 5. First is 1. First, of course, right? Don't you get it? First, the letter, the number 1. This is some ascended madman. Nobody tested this game, man. How the fuck, man? Whoever made these puzzles and decided you should move this slow through the environments absolutely destroyed this fucking game, man. I mean, these aren't even like real, man. I mean, this is some shit you don't even see in like an ARG, man. With like fucking communities of people working on them. This is just nonsense. Even if you knew for sure the book was numbers, and for sure it started from the top, and for sure you would the 4x4 dots meant nothing. For sure, 100% somehow you knew. You would still be making a pretty big leap here, saying first is a number, 2 nickels is 5 5, not 2 and 5. And that you would come to the third paragraph and not look. I mean, there's some up here. If you go up here, 1 3 3 1. There's a 1 there. 2. I mean, you'd be just, there's nothing to say, oh, it has to be the third paragraph. You'd just be trying shit. And the thing is, you can't know those initial things I was talking about for sure. So the only way to confirm you're right is to get the answer right. But because it's such fucking madman shit, the chances of you just getting it right are like almost non-existent. It's just wild, man. It's like I feel fucking bad for like getting the answers, but I mean, this game, I don't even think there should be any guild, man. Like at all. I'm surprised we've even got as many as we have. This is the kind of shit they're whipping. I mean, this is fucking bizarre, man. It's like they didn't want people to beat their game at all, man. Like, I would be here all day trying to solve this. And even then, man. I mean, you'd have a better chance of brute forcing this, right? Than figuring it out for real. Like, look at that shit. The bottom right, all the lights just turned on in a different order. It's bait. There's even bait in this, man. It's insane. Like the green lights, which is probably what you think you have to manipulate, like a normal fucking person, is completely not, it has nothing, no reason to it. Just, wow, man. I mean, that's impressive. This is almost so bad it's good. It's good, like, because it's laughably fucked, man. Like, holy Jesus. That's not a 7 out of 10. That's like 9 out of 10 for me. On the bullshit meter. I mean, I'm sure you would change your rating on that now that we understand the full scope, but that's some Hall of Fame fucking bullshit right there. That is, wow. Her rain stung looks like baby shit compared to these fucking puzzles, man. At least you could, like, get to her rain stung at some point, right? This is just, like, pure guesswork, man. Fucking odd, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be attached to a guide for this. After that, I mean, if that's the shit they're pulling, I mean, the 2020 thing was already quite elite, but at least you knew, for the most part, that everything you were looking at was within reason there. I mean, a fresh pair of eyes on it was helpful for sure, but, like, man, the cuckoo clock, like, that they expect anybody to actually know the cuckoo clock is, like, of German origin just off the top of their head. Like, that is not super common knowledge. I don't even think in 96 that was, like, the first thing you'd see with that clock. When the others are so obviously from their nation, like, the origin of the cuckoo clock, like, I mean, come on. I'm playing a game, like, if we wanted to go that deep, they need to start setting us up for that kind of shit, man. I need to be getting the Google out. Like the Zodiac shit. That was a huge leap. These are all massive leap. Like, holy fuck. It's just unreal, man. I mean, this game is fascinating just for these fucking puzzles alone, man.
Catherine never was any good with numbers.
Did he write it down at least? Of course he didn't. Of fucking course he didn't. Have to take a picture of it.
Catherine never was any good with numbers.
The order these pop on screen doesn't matter, does it? I mean, I just ask right fucking now. Like, at this point, the order all those pop on, I could see being a fucking puzzle. I don't even know where we'd put this shit. We're obviously not at that point yet. I don't know. Thank you for the help, by the way, man. Alright, maybe we can go somewhere else now. Like in the reception area. I need to get some Tums. That'll be sweet, man. Good God. I mean, this is very unique. I don't know. I've seen some bullshit, but That's the thing is, like, you do like a Lama Lana. I'll sit in front of a Lama Lana puzzle for 12 hours, but I know there's some rational something I could figure out. And this, it's like, I mean, you have to have taken the Eldritch pill, man. Like, some of this is just madman's knowledge shit. Like, there's very little stringing it together. If there was just some info anywhere, it's pure guesswork, man. I'm fine making some assumptions to assume rules and puzzles and stuff with like a very controlled environment, but there's way too many NPCs and way too many possibilities for everything to be like, oh yeah, you know, it's just fucking free reign. Alright, let me go get that. Be right back. What's up, Iggy? I don't know if I'd say great. I don't know if I'd say good. It's interesting. There are cool things. I like the celebrity FMVs. The world's kind of an interesting, like, kind of weird, dark horror, abstract horror, cyberpunk thing. But these puzzles are fucking horrible, man. And the not being able to like skip your movement is like mind-numbing. I mean, it's probably better if you're like attached to a guide or like if you're replaying it, but the gameplay parts are atrocious. One of my faves. I don't know that. Can I not go anywhere? Or is it bugged? I think it's bugged. Yeah, the puzzles, I mean, I'm all for obscure arcane puzzles, but I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to some of these. You'd be hard pressed to find some of these in like an ARG. Like, some of them aren't bad at all, but like, yeah. I think the game would be vastly better if you could actually just skip the movement. If it was like all narrative and you just went to each area a couple times, I wouldn't mind the slow movement. But because you're going back and forth looking for arbitrary like flags raises and trying to find any kind of eldritch knowledge you can to solve a couple of these puzzles, it ends up turning into a slow thing. I mean, these puzzles are not fair at all. I don't know. I've played a lot of these fucking games, man. I'm not sure. I mean, that's fine to think that. I don't know, man. I got some rose-tinted goggles, but some of these are fucking nuts, man. I mean, you have to make... I mean, I like challenging puzzle games, too. I mean, we did the Llama Llamas without a guide, you know? There's a difference. Some of these are just absolute nonsense. Some are fine, but there's a couple of these you're just guessing between possibly just pointlessly related things. The one we just did is like the amount of leaps you have to make, the amount of options you have, the amount of much more sound judgments you can, rational things you can make is just so numerous that by the time you got to the particularly arcane answer they want, I mean, I'd be hours, day, man. Some of these are like, oh, the one we just did was the one with the book with the 6 buttons. We just explained it for a while, but so the 4x4 grid on the bottom right was bait. It has no point. You have to assume that the 6 buttons are tied to a number. Just assume, there's no clue. You have to assume that number starts at the top and it's 1 through 6. And then you have to assume that randomly in her fucking book, you have to pick out the 3rd paragraph out of all of them. Not the first one, which has numbers in it. It's got 1, 2, 3, 3, 1. Not the second one. Not the ones with 2s and 3s in it. But the 3rd one with not a single fucking clue. And then you have to assume that 2 nickels is 5, 5, not 2, then 5. Or 2 and 5 and 5. That first means 1. And like all of this shit. And there's not even been confirmation yet that the fucking book is numbers, that the 4x4 grid is pointless, and that it's starts with the top button. Like, I'm fine with like really hard and weird to figure out shit, but this is just pure guesswork. The Scorpio thing with Vincent's fucking book or whatever, like his fucking like... So like, to open the electronic journal, you have to type in Scorpio to it, which is Vincent's fucking a medal he got. You have no reason to assume the book of your girlfriend would have any random info from Vincent tied to the password to decode it. Because you don't know that she suspects them exactly yet. The only reason you'd even figure that out is because there's literally no other fucking info to input. Like, there's no other field to input any info in the game at this point, and you haven't had a use for Vincent's file. But you could just assume it's anything. And the only reason you assume it's Scorpio is because she likes zodiac signs in a puzzle we did earlier. It's just like, it's the most threadbare, like, logic ever, man. The cuckoo clock, you have to know that cuckoo clocks are German in origin.
Salisbury.
Sure, man.
I wonder what that means.
It's a little bullshit, but maybe in 96 it was okay. But like, it's arcane. I am all about challenge. I'm all about just sitting here being really stubborn, figuring shit out. But these are like, and then that you have to fucking, like, you would exhaust all of your info. Go to every single place, go talk to every single person, and raise every single flag you could before you would get into the desperation mode that some of these puzzles would require. And it takes so long to walk to every single fucking place because you can't skip the movement. Say what you want about the good old days or fucking like...
I wonder what that means.
You know... Like, I don't know, I've played a lot of these games. Not like I'm... like, not fucking... like, attuned to them or anything. I mean, it's pretty extreme. I am all for the crazy. I like the celebrity stuff. I love the FMVs. I like the world. But like the walking, it's like, I mean, fucking Mist did it better like 3 years before this, man. Or 2-3 years. Like, it has no, it's not only slow. It's not only that you can't skip it, but it's also like insanely slow. It's totally fine if you just know what you're doing, probably, right? But like this one probably gets better on replays, but the first time it's like, I mean, you're getting here. It doesn't matter if it's an FMV. They knew that you didn't have to sit there and fucking like, I mean, I guess there's no animations as you're moving around. There are FMVs that allow you to skip the animations. That's the idea. I could care less if it's an FMV or not. You can skip the fucking dialogue in this. I should be able to skip the movement. I haven't played 7th Guest yet. I could put it on the list. Well, I'm not saying it's like good. I'm saying there's games before this that had better quality of life and they chose to not. Is all I'm saying. It's not missed, of course. It's not going to be it is missed. I'm not making a broad generalization, comparison. It's just, like some games would be a pain. Yeah, I liked Phantasmagoria. Phantasmagoria was good. I like Phantasma 2 better, but I liked it. We did it for an event. 7th Guest. I mean, you're preaching to the choir. I've played a lot of FMVs. I like playing FMVs. I've got more planned on this. I mean, I know arcane puzzles are in point and clicks. It doesn't make it like better. And there's a reason. I feel like, I mean, wasn't this game absolutely panned? Like it was not, it was like a failure. Concerned Frog 2 is an interesting disaster. It's entertaining. I mean, if this game is entertainingly fucked. I don't like using any kind of guide or anything, but we do have to keep moving on this. And a lot of these require some of these require like outside of game knowledge I don't even have. I didn't know the cuckoo clock originated in Germany. I didn't even know I was looking at a fucking just cuckoo clock just by taking a peek at it. I mean, 96, maybe it's different info at that point, but... Do you mean in a Concerned Frog or whatever? It's not good. I probably won't finish it till tomorrow fast though. God, the fucking thing bugs out every time I come in here. Yeah, from what I understand, this guy, I mean, I found this because I see articles fucking all the time talking about how dog shit this is, so it must have not done too good. Oh, yeah, I looked up Concerned Frog and I was like, it's just the emo. I thought there was like a game tied to it. Oh. I can't see your emote. Is that what was going on? Oh, there is a game. Okay, I thought you were like posting an emote. I was like, what? Okay, yeah, I'll have to deep dive to find it. I have FFC. I have a lot of FFC emote. Okay, so you meant 2 is an interesting disaster. It's entertaining. Okay, so I got you. So 2, Phantasmagoria 2. I got you now. I understand. I thought you had a game called Concerned Frog 2 because your emote didn't appear. And I was like, what? I've never heard of this game before. Gotcha. I understand now. Yeah, I like 2 a lot. I thought the FMV looked really nice. I thought the use of real backgrounds was really cool. I've watched a playthrough of the guy who actually acted in that, pull other actors from Phantasma in and talk about their experience. Very interesting. The couch at the beginning, yeah. See, I got that one handled just fine. I never got stuck for long in that game. It was very entertaining. I love the surreal feel in that. It was very cool. Yeah, that one was neat. I loved Phantasma 2. The last So Bad It's Good event I did Phantasma 2, and it was the only game I would say out of all those I actually played that ended up being good. It wasn't So Bad It's Good. It had elements of So Bad It's Good, but it was actually, I liked it. I thought it was a good game. This will not go down, I think, in that that pile. Let's see. Of course.
Come on, Quinlan, we gonna do this or not? Use your decking unit on the computer. We can help your girlfriend.
Yeah. I understand that she probably didn't have a big deal. I don't know. I liked that one quite a bit. I mean, it's a lot more sensational. It's a lot more violence and sexual stuff, but I think it looks really clean. Until the very ending, I really liked the kind of like slow burn, kind of like psychological surrealism going on. Like you didn't know how crazy he was, and I thought it was neat. The first one, by comparison, I mean, I get where it's placed in history, and you know, it's very cool for that, but I did not like it as much. It only gets interesting at the end, but the puzzles before that were fine. Yeah, it was a good time. I liked that one. That was one of the better FMVs I've played. I like Harvester a lot. Harvester's legit. I really like Harvester. It's really funny. I mean, obviously it's purposely fucked. But I liked it. So what did we get from her? We got like a... And 2? I don't know. 2 was part funny, but part I really did, like I said, I liked some of the atmosphere. I mean, they treated a lot of sexual things with like surprisingly a decent amount of grace. Okay, Harvester, sorry, yeah. I keep swapping games. Yeah, Harvester is very dark. They couldn't get away with that harsh humor nowadays. Yeah, the puzzles aren't anything special, but yeah, that's not what you're playing for. It's definitely the off-the-wall dark humor, but it's very intentional. I played it for the first so bad it's good, and it ended up just being good. It was so genuine, trying to be like crazy and fucked and violent and stuff that it's hard to really say it was like bad. It was too genuine, and I thought the comedy hit pretty good. Very surreal. Maybe I'm supposed to type something here? (46x to the power of 2 divided by 7 INV equals 5). No idea what this is. Alright, Iggy. Enjoy your alert. Thanks for chit-chatting. Sorry, I don't like the game as much as you do. Nothing wrong with that, but... Godspeed. Alright. 46x2 divided by 7 INV equals 5. Maybe this is a I took screenshots stuff. I don't have to run back everywhere in this game. Let me go online. Maybe there's an online area we can hit up. I love the Christopher Walken. I don't know about his performance in this, but man, he's still fun. He's sucking on that cigar, man. He is deep throating that cigar, and it's very funny. Oh yeah, I mean, I look forward to the cutscenes every time. The unbelievable, yeah. I look forward to every FMV moment. It's great whenever it happens. You just have to, you know, deal with some of these Arcane puzzles. Yeah, I love that he does that. He's just like beating up his like fucking the criminals in the fucking viewing room.
Dynamics operating system.
Like throws coffee in that guy's face. The acting, I don't know, from him
Exit
it's
cyberspace.
it almost seems bad, but it's so funny still. Paul Giamatti's in it for like 2 seconds so far. I'm hoping this opens up something in cyberspace.
Virtual Herald.
I don't think the virtual herald's gonna really do anything here.
Exit cyberspace.
Oh. Hey, Lassie. How we doing today? Okay, I know where to put this now. I remember the calculator right here. I just saw the calculator. I'm like, wait, this is an equation. We can plop this in. I don't know what INV is supposed to be. Oh, right here. Let's just put them in straight up. This might be nice and simple, which is nice. 46 to the second power. It's at times it's Kino, yeah. At times the FMVs are awesome. All the celebrities, it's really funny. Fucking good. Very interesting on that front. Here we go.
Pretty clever. A neat little place to store surveillance bugs.
The world has this kind of like cyberpunk, like macabre thing going on. It's kind of neat. So the visuals are cool there. It's been funny, but the gameplay, the movement, you can't skip any movement, and it's agonizingly slow. And a lot of the flags are kind of just, you're gonna be running back and forth a lot, like in any in any point and click. But in this, it's the punishment is quite severe. And the puzzles are arcane. I mean, these ones, like, this is easy, right? Like this one was easy. You just pop in the equation. But some of these have been like just absolute. I mean, I feel like nobody even tested the fucking puzzles. Just absolute eldritch shit, man. Which is, I'm all about difficulty. I if there's enough little clues, even if they're vague, it's fine. But some of these are just leaps. You just have to like become desperate enough to have finally tried a particular thing. But it's got a lot of that bullshit, compounded by extremely slow movement. I mean, it's like, you gotta watch one of these. It's usually 10 to 30 seconds. That one happened to be short. This is like what, 5-6 seconds or something. Okay, maybe they're not 10, but some of these are fucking long, man. And when you're just going back and forth, I consider myself a patient man, but like, there's a point where you're running around and you're getting nowhere, and that if the puzzle's bullshit, you are going to have to be like just wasting time doing just nothing. You can't move from any locations. You have to go like all the way back around to where they made the cutscene and stuff. So there's some places you think you could click, but you have to go around to weird areas to get to, and There's no pixel hunts, so you know that's nice. They limit the amount of areas you can go to, so you know, even though it takes forever to get to places, the amount of things to test every time you raise a flag isn't extreme, but I don't know. The story is not probably not good enough to be quite worth all the bullshit, but the FMVs and the actors and stuff are very entertaining. This is one of those, like, probably great to watch, probably great to replay. I don't like using a guide. I don't recommend it for anything unless it's the most extreme situation ever, but this is probably one that's almost better with the guide. Yeah, Lassie. Well, at least in something like Monkey Island, right? Like, you only have so many options and you could do it quick. And this, if you want to test stuff, I mean, it just takes eons. And there's just so many options. It's...
Hey, Quinlan. You still working on this story?
No. I would call it mind-numbingly boring at times. That's coming from someone who likes the slow stuff like this. So. Yeah. Who knows? If this one lost money and crashed and burned, I would imagine it's from the gameplay. The FMV stuff and the actors are fun. I don't see why people wouldn't like any of that. The music's not very good. There's very short looped tracks that will sometimes have atmosphere, but you hear them so much that they start to wear on you. I mean, that's probably not helping, but I don't know. I mean, the visuals and then the celebrity stuff is cool. So. There's some funny performances. Alright, so we have a eyeball and a bug. We probably want to put these all in Mignata's office and all that shit, so. 2 different bugs, okay. These might make more sense. I would say about half of the puzzles have been totally fine, what you'd expect. Maybe even 2/3. It's more the speed that'll mess with that, but there's been a couple, man. Some require outside knowledge, which, you know, acceptably, probably was more common in 96. I don't know the origins of the cuckoo clocks. I didn't know that was a German thing. I didn't even think to see the cuckoo clock as some kind of like cultural clock when it compared to the very obvious cultural clocks. There's a fucking Ginza pyramid with like the time on it. It's like, it's okay, you know, when it's this over, and one says US Army and then another one was like just a cuckoo clock. And I'm like, well, it doesn't mean anything to me because I don't know anything about cuckoo clocks. So. There's some odd stuff there, like, yeah, they could have probably put up... No, this is DOSBox. Looks like shit. I have the video screen really small, but it leaves a lot of artifacts and look kind of fucked. What can you do? By preserving the ratio to do what I can, but... Yeah, I couldn't find this.
Magnata will never even notice the bugger's there.
What do you mean? It looks totally different. You're like, this is really obvious. It's weird, like sometimes it's like this easy, and then sometimes it's just fucked. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. You could skip the dialogue, but why would you ever want to do that? I don't mind them if you didn't have to go back through stuff, you know, in typical point-and-click fashion, like a chicken with your head cut off, right? I was mentioning, you know, like Myst, which... different kind of thing, but I mean, you just the idea of it, you're just blasting through and you're able to, you know, manipulate and test things out because, you know, you don't have to sit there and wait, or, you know, something like a Monkey Island is just more dense, right? You might have not as many areas to run through on each section of the map. In this, it's like you have very particular routes you have to take at very slow speeds. And it just adds up a bit when compounded with the puzzles. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I mean, I understand the immersion level. I mean, I'd be fine with watching them every time if it did feel immersive, but he moves so slow, like he's on a dolly or something, that it doesn't really have like an immersive feel to it. By me, like, kind of enjoying the look of the world. It looks so slow and smooth and unnatural that, yeah, it's like you'd rather just skip them after the first time or two. I hate these. I used to hate point and clicks, like I said, like probably 12, 15 years ago. Monkey Island was the first one I played and I hated it. I like it now, but I hated it then. I played it on the 360 on a controller. But since then, I mean, obviously I just play everything now, but I really like point and click. Quite a bit. Oh, the movement cutscenes, yeah. I mean, it's probably supposed to show off the tech. I mean, I know they put a lot of time into model and all that, and you know, it's supposed to feel immersive, you're moving around the environment, but yeah, the thing is, like, there's nothing immersive about having to go back and forth between places for some arcane reasons, or trying to just trip like certain flags that really don't even make much rational sense. There's a point where you want that, like, yeah, that like nice feedback. You know, I click, we go, I can go mess with info, and you know, I considered starting to make saves just to warp everywhere to see info. And I've been taking a lot of pictures and writing notes, and even that, it's just like, you know, if you're lost, you're like, well, you know, I need to go back somewhere. And that's what I'm saying, is if it was more just narrative heavy and the puzzles were like bitch shit, then I mean, it wouldn't be a problem because you wouldn't see them that often. But occasionally there's like a couple puzzles an act that are just like fucking bizarro. Anyways, I'm guessing we need to go to something up here. Like, I mean, he moves really slow. I mean, just look at it. It's not natural, right? It looks like somebody trying to do like some bullshot trailer on a fucking E3 conference, right? You know, where they're like slowly panning the fucking camera around to make it look all epic and shit. To show off the environments, which is probably the idea. Yeah, there's things I like in this one. And there is things I would say are so bad it's good, like entertaining. Like I said, I like the performances, they're cheesy and fun. But man, yeah. Don't think this will hit the Hall of Fame. But it is a very memorable game. It's just a bit padded out. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a 4-hour game without these, man. Like, it's quite a bit. 4 hours, probably. That's exaggerating. Probably. I don't know how long the game is, but you know what I mean. We're looking for something to put an eye in. We might want to go down to the morgue. How long do beats are generally inaccurate, but very inaccurate for puzzle games like this, especially for people like me who try to refrain from guides. We have had to have a little bit of hint guide stuff on this, trying to make it more of a community thing, because we have a lot of games to get through for this event, and I don't think anybody's in here for the arcane puzzles. But, they usually take me quite a bit longer than what the estimates are. Just because, I mean, if you just happen to solve something very quickly, you could cut hours off, right? In these kinds of games. I love that this guy's in here. I love that guy in like everything he's in. I don't remember his name. This Commando, the Warriors. He's always in like crazy shit. At least you have the ability to warp. If you could warp 2 individual rooms, that would be fucking godly, but you have to warp to like the front end. Why would they make a bug that's attached to the fucking cigars, man? He like takes those off and smokes them. Yeah, I love the Fate of Atlantis. Yeah, we played that one. I thought that was really good. It was fun. I would like to play the, what is it, the Last Crusade game? That'd be interesting to see like the point and click by those guys.
My boss finds out you're back, I'll be fired. Now get out!
No, you're good, dude. I mean, I do that shit all the time. I'm always mixing shit up. Huh. Where has there been an eyeball? Might be Soap's place. Be weird, man. How would he just like not notice? It was.
Got those reporters in.
Not like we're looking for him either. I must have to use it somewhere else. Maybe I put it in... No, you can't put it in Vincent's place. Because he's right there. I would just imagine you have to put it in the hospital area. I must be missing where I put the eyeball in. I'll be able to find it at some point. I don't see why it'd be the gym or the newsroom. I really feel like it should be here, but where? Hey, baby.
Hi, Quinlan. No word on your squeeze.
Yeah, hot stuff. Where are you looking? Switching girlfriends, man, in this game. Yeah, I would like to do another like multi-week point and click thing like we did, like last year or two or whatever. I like doing them. I must have missed it. Or it's hidden somewhere else. Maybe I have to open something else. We'll go talk to... What was her name again? Carrie Allen, was it? Oh, it might not have been Carrie Allen. I keep forgetting her name. Something Allen. And she was in Raiders of the Lost Ark, Starman, stuff like that. She's in this. One of the possible killers, I guess.
Locked. Damn. How am I supposed to open this?
Good question. Locked. Damn. The scan card doesn't work. I mean, it could be we have to go find Finley. And then maybe I could put the bug in here? But nobody wants to talk about Finley. Maybe we can go online now? I don't know what to see. Hey, hey, hey.
You should check out the club shop. Or do you plan on working out in that overcoat?
Gotta go. The thing I like about all these old point and clicks and shit is just they usually have just very interesting world designs. I mean, maybe it's just because they are more focused on creating lots of assets and big worlds for you just to click around in that aren't, you can't interact with them in like a lot of crazy ways. But like they're still pretty fleshed out. Like, I don't know, just they're interesting. There's a lot of cool worlds people have made. In a way, I guess, that only point and clicks can really at that time. Because nobody's gonna make like a full 3D looking thing like this that you can run around and do shit in, and it wouldn't work with the gameplay. So there's a certain just kind of feel, I don't know. Especially the horror-oriented ones. Iggy was talking about Gabriel Knight. I've had those forever. I really need to go through those. Those would be fun. We're doing some other FMV shit this week, like Urban Runner.
I wish you'd ask all of your questions at once, Quinlan. I'm trying to get a workout in.
Doing Dark Side of the Moon, but that's newer. Hopefully those are funny. I mean, obviously we're not looking for them to be like good. I mean, it's fine if they are, but mainly funny. I don't know if I'll do Urban Runner right after this. I might need a point and click break, or we'll just do them all in a row. It'll just be just for shits. I don't know if anybody's played Urban Runner in here. It was on my so big list for last time, but I never got around to it. I want to bug her apartment? That'd be really odd. I mean, it's gotta be for her, but I don't know where we can drop it off. I might have just missed it. Not that many areas. Like I said though, I'd like to try to find Finley. That one guy was joking around about him being in like a restaurant, but there's no restaurants for me to go to right now. Jokes or not. I mean, you think I'd go to that one guy's bar where he just pours the booze on the counter, but... Yeah, once we get through all the JRPGs this next month, maybe we'll do a couple weeks of point and clicks. I've been wanting to do Maniac Mansion and go through some more of the classic Sierras and some other big name ones. Watching some stuff on the history of like point and click, kind of narrative adventure genre. It's pretty interesting. I mean, I've done a lot of the big ones, played a lot of these, but I tend to just kind of play whatever seems interesting and not really just pick out stuff as much for influence. But it'd be interesting to do that. Fuck Nisa, dude. Holy. Motherfucker's getting paid for that shit. Yeah, maybe we have to get to her house or in that one room. I don't know how we do that right now. Man, people saying skip Sky 3rd. Hey, just skip a really good game. Haha. Like, fuck off. Not only does it give you some fucking context and backstory on some people, just like entertaining in its own right, man. What's up, Outcast? I love his little fucking... his little jiggle, man. We're talking about the Trails series, Outcast. I mean, I think it's something interesting about the series is that it does have the long-running lore and stories. I mean, they have different jumping off points. Like you could play the middle ones or the newer ones. Technically, a lot of people do without playing all of them, but it's one of the appeals apparently is the running lore. Yeah, I mean I get that, Lassie. Totally understand that. Like that, I like it, but I mean, it is a time investment. Huh. I don't see anything here. Monkey backs. Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it fast, though. It's like Final Fantasy 9 in a way. Or not 9, but Final Fantasy, right? It's like you don't have to play through them all. But I mean, there's just more to like, so you might as well play them all, right? That's that kind of thing. It's like, yeah, you can't just start anywhere like Final Fantasy, but because the Trails ones are mostly all enjoyable from what I've played so far, which is only 3 of them. It's just more to like, right? I mean, it's like you could just play through the first 3 and never play another one, and that's totally fine, right? It's always weird when people want to just jump to Cold Steel because it's the new shit. When the first 3, and apparently the middle 2 are like excellent. I mean, the first 3 were good. I liked them. Yeah, Klitzu. There's a lot of fan bases, I guess, like that are just like on. Oh yeah, Caswell. Be careful out there. Don't turn into a rat or anything. It's something. The FMVs and the actors and the design of the world are kind of interesting. The FMV stuff's really fun, but the pace, the general story, and especially the puzzles range from whatever to atrocious. So. Yeah, the so big part's the FMV, but the rest of it bogs it down. Not the most interesting, like, kind of logical type of adventure puzzles, but it's not, like, a fun arcane either. And it doesn't have enough to give you to really be like a mind twist or anything. And experimenting just takes eons, so. Piece of shit to Keenel. See, that's like Deep Fear yesterday. Like Deep Fear was like POS in a lot of ways, but the Kino, the really good stuff, kept it just awesome. Yeah, this one, even with walking and shit, not much you can do. We had to look a few things up. I go to kind of hop in a bit. I don't like looking anything up in these kinds of games, but this one is particularly egregious with some of its arcane shit. And I have a feeling if we just went stubborn mode like usual, we would not get to hardly any more games this event. Because some of this stuff is just bizarre, man. Some of it's super simple and easy and nothing, but yeah, some of it's just out there. I don't really like looking stuff up because I mean things aren't designed to be used with like a guide, and I like to, even if it's really horrible and stupid, I like to get that feel of the pain, right? Of how bad it is. And if you just gloss past it, you lose that, so try to have a conversation about it. But there's always a limit, and when we're doing an event like this, that limit is smaller. Because I don't think anybody would find any of what's going on in this interesting when we're just going slow. So, the apartment, the gym, the newsroom. We've really tried about everything. Unless there is like an online place for us to go. Then we must have to find some way to get into that side room at the morgue area. I mean, we have this book on circuitry, but I haven't found anything really to interact with in terms of circuitry. Yeah, it sucks. I don't like doing it. In fact, I hate looking shit up. Slippery slope. Not just for a game, but just in general. You allow yourself to start slipping. It's not good for the discussion of the whole thing, but you gotta have your limits, man. There's some games I'm fine just sitting there for fucking 2 days on a puzzle, but this one, no. Let's see if we can figure out that locked door. I don't know, man. Like maybe there's some chips in there we can mess with, but I don't have any like ways to open it. I don't know if this is a pixel hunt I'm missing or some other flag, because this game does have just a bunch of kind of like arbitrary flags. You'll just kind of like run around, and then all of a sudden you can do stuff on the internet. Well, it's usually tied to having found the password somewhere, even if you didn't realize it. Or, you know, randomly you'll just kind of talk to somebody or do something and you don't get anything, you don't really even find that much info, and then it'll just kind of like plop you into the next act or thing. And it's not always a sense of like cause and effect to really what's going on. Which, that kind of nonsensical stuff is fine to a certain extent in these kinds of games, but damn, takes too long to go everywhere.
How am I supposed to open this?
Well, there's got to be some way. We need a card. I don't know if I can get a card from her. Not use this here. Not use this here. Yeah, I mean, in a way, some of those situations are nice if you catch them. Like, if something only appears once you find the password, and you find that right away, then you could generally eliminate options and find the password easy enough. That happened earlier, where there's like some muffled audio talking, like playing in some dude's house. It was like Circus Maximus or something. And so I went online and, or in the virtual world in game, and typed in Circus Maximus after trying a few different things. It didn't exactly sound like a password, but you could kind of reason because it appeared once you went in there that was probably related. Because there's a lot of I would say in this process of elimination, over always like having logical reasoning behind things. I don't really know where we want to go. If I can get a key from her, maybe there is a maybe the morgue. Maybe you can steal a key from him to get into the something up there. The guy kind of is a goober. I figured Finley would give it to us, and they keep talking about how he got fired. And I was like, well, maybe we can find where he is, but we're not getting him anywhere. Maybe that chick can like give us a key card. A lot of ways to get key cards. I mean, it could be the Indiana Jones doctor lady. Be tied to her clothes or something. Yeah, definitely interesting game though. It just gets bogged down by really a few things that could be tuned. A little bit more thought put into some of the puzzles, and better speeds of animations, or just an animation skip would be, I mean, very big. Is there something on here I can find, maybe? I feel like there should be like a key card left behind somewhere, maybe.
My boss finds out you're back, I'll be fired. Now get out!
Don't see anything here. The Horn Dog ending and Parascientific Adventure 2. Oh, what's over here? Nice, we just took the card. Okay. I just missed checking that. Good. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's just me missing something that was sitting there. It's like, yeah, we've been in here a million times. Yeah, things change, but, you know. I went through a logical process of who would have a key card. You know, there's no place I can put the eyeball that I can see. And we need to find a place to put the eyeball because she's on a suspect list. I can't go to her home, so it's like she either has the key card to this room where I can probably use the eyeball. Finley, who I can't get to anymore. The guy in the morgue. There's a process. There's a reasoning. And it leads you to checking things. That's fine. That's good. It took a while. It's fine. Totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. Feels fair, feels reasonable, even if it took a while. Offensively stupid. It sounds like some so big material. If I could get it working, maybe I'd throw it in at the end of the event. But we have a lot to get through after this event, so I don't think we're gonna squeeze any extra out of it. But maybe for the next one. I think we just took it right in front of her too. Didn't care. Oh, we're moving now.
Damn. How am I supposed to open this?
This is Burton's card? Oh. Just where she is, her office.
A copy of Advanced Notional Modeling.
Well, I know where to put this. I just want to look around and see what we got.
Dr. Burton's prescription pad.
Object scanned into database. Object scanned into database.
Jesus Christ, stop writing in cursive. Reminder for the immediate future now, the Ripper case has been dumped at my front door. Send encoded. I can't tell what that is. Email soon. Keep Magnata out of the Metacog and away from Powell. A maniac brought her here for a reason. What does he know? I have to take control of the situation. What does he know? Don't forget regular gym appointment. Have to keep Joey out of this. That's the move Magnata expects me to make. Incriminate. What was it? Incriminate? What are these two saying here? Incriminate us both, I think is what it is. I need to examine Renee Stein's body after Farley leaves. I've got to keep a lid on Farley. If he begins to dig too deeply, something will have to be done. She sounds a lot like the Ripper, man. Why would she say all this if she wasn't guilty? Problem is, I think the killer's different every playthrough, or maybe that's only after the first playthrough. In the manual, because we read the manual, it mentioned something like that, but I don't know if the first playthrough set. That kind of like compartmentalized, like you could just swap out the killer thing. I don't know. I've never liked that as much. It's cute in a gamey way, but it means the entire story isn't gonna have enough consistency when it comes to the clues. They're just gonna be like the occasional really obvious one, or everybody's gonna be equally suspicious until you get to like a particular like clue they just whip out. Blade Runner did that a little bit, but it was only for certain androids.
Salisbury. I wonder what that means.
Salisbury. Well, it means Salisbury, brother. Like right here is like I could see the head, but I have to walk over here, move over here, get behind the head. Yeah, it's kind of a process. If you're chilling, it's not a big deal, but if you've been in here a million times...
What's a cyber surgeon with an anatomy model?
It'd be a bit annoying. Yeah, she seems suspicious. Falsetti doesn't... I mean, he's crazy, but he doesn't seem that... But when he has knives, but...
Well, that fits in there nicely.
I don't know if there's that much thought you can put into it. We'll see. Said you have one chance to make a pick at the end of the game, so... Three... They're very short. It's cathartic. What'd you rate those? Jesus, that good, huh? They seem like throwaway, like kind of cash grab VNs. How much were they? Oh, well, at least they're priced accordingly. Although, I mean, they probably weren't that at launch. They're probably just that cheap because, you know. The shop's dying. Oh, they've always been 5? Huh. Well, at least they're priced right. But, yeah, I mean, doesn't mean that they're good. The Parascientific Adventure Series. I love his dance, man.
Come on, Quinlan, we gonna do this or not? Use your decking unit on the computer. We can help your girlfriend.
Okay. University. All of a sudden we go to the university now? What's at the university? I have no idea.
I expect you in my office tomorrow with your work completed, Mr. Wendell. Good day, Mr. Wendell. Yes.
Excuse me, Professor Beck. I'm a reporter for the Virtual Herald. You have a few minutes?
That's how many I have exactly, a few. What can I do for
KDkill
you?
2? Base. This guy knows what's up. Oh, I know why we go to the university, because we just got the, just read about the book from Claire Burton. That's why. Camaraderie, yeah. And Kusoge.
Do you remember a student of yours named Claire Burton?
The only student I ever encouraged to leave school. Why do you ask?
You advised the student to leave school?
Frankly, this place had nothing to offer her. It was my feeling that it could have even restricted her development. But I repeat, why do you ask?
Well, she's taking care of a friend of mine. And some of her colleagues think that her treatment is a bit unorthodox.
I have no doubt it is. She wouldn't look at things the way most surgeons do. It's what makes her so creative, so innovative.
She seems a bit weird about it.
Oh, she's quirky, all right. I certainly remember that about her. Some very unusual predilections indeed, but that's often a mark of genius. Unless Claire has changed drastically in the years since I've seen her, you have no need for concern.
Well, thanks.
Who is this guy, man? We need him in here, dude. Who is this guy? Jesus, man. Base taste. 2236 on there. Where's the AI2 fucking... Where's the AI2, brain empty, dude. This motherfucker reads too, man. How are we talking? Yo, was that silver case with a 5? Oh, that's 25th forward, right? Base. Not low enough, but pretty low. I mean, I think I put, what, 25th forward at like... a 4? 3 or 4? Where did he put the first one, man? The Leighton games are in here? It's over, man. Dong and Rappa 4.5. Jesus, man. AI 4.6. Alright. I'm down. Investigations 1, 4.7. Yeah, why is Persona 3's in here? Yeah, wait a second. This guy's got a lot of bullshit, man. What the fuck? Guy's got fucking silver case is a 6.5, man. Paradise Killer. What? Yeah, some of these are just games. Wonderful area. Rabby Ribby. What is with this shit, dude? Aseki Maya. 8.4. Alright. I mean, surely Asteresia is rated really low. Yeah. Why are these even on here? These aren't even like VNs in the slightest, dude. ZTD, decent. Peak irony. Well, we can't all be perfect, but guy does a decent enough job. Higambana's in the 4s. Based.
Was a man named Joey Falconetti a student of yours?
No, but I remember him well. He was an astonishing cyber surfer. But he was more interested in pretty assistance than in any genuine original thought.
Did he have a, affiliation with Claire Burton?
By affiliation, I assume you mean did she have an affair with him? I couldn't say. She may well have found his air of danger sexually appealing, and she was certainly aggressive intellectually. I'm sure she went after him to challenge his skills, see if she could prove herself superior. Who knows? The Web Runners may even have been her idea.
The what?
The Web Runners. It was a gaming club of some sort. It was cutting edge. Claire and Falconetti were among the founding members. In fact, when she left school, Claire seemed to do little else. She virtually disappeared.
Does this club still exist? I mean, where can I find them?
Oh, they're like children with a secret clubhouse. All I know is that they post notice of their meetings on the bulletin board out in the hallway. They usually encode the information, however, hiding it amongst the flyers and announcements posted there. Something about arranging those flyers in the proper order will form a sentence revealing where and when the runners plan to meet.
Okay.
Do you know anything about a policeman named Vince Magnotta?
Claire used to mention him. Apparently, he had quite a temper. I'm sorry. I've told you everything I know about Claire Burton. You're taking time that belongs to my current student.
Sorry about that. I'll leave you to it, ma'am. Punchline decent? I mean, generally people put AA4 beneath 3. I think 4 is still good, but the consensus is that 3 is one of the best, right? 4 has this opera case and some wonky shit in it. Best soundtrack, though.
So the location of the web runner's loft is hidden somewhere on this board.
Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't say that I like 4. Yeah, I like 3 much better. Yeah. Maybe he really likes the music and the change of pace. Character. Now we know the order. I mean, 41, 42, 50, 86, or 40? It says 40. 2040 might not count. $30. Oh, there's a 14 here, you can see it. Gramercy Street. Wonder if it's supposed to let me know if I get it right, or if it's gonna be something like online. Or am I supposed to line them on the bottom, or? I assume it'll just let me know. Oh yeah?
Exit cyberspace.
Takes place in New York. This could be you.
Virtual Herald. Exit.
We have to go back there and adjust the order of those. I assume you have to order them up on the bottom. But you can't get them all down there, so maybe there's some that are just fluff? Feels like any old game, you just assume that either find the hidden numbers or find big words that seem to flow together, but then there's a lot of numbers on there, not all of them stand out.
Hey.
So you were a web runner?
15 years ago when I was a kid.
So that's all it was, kid stuff.
Actually, it was exciting. I learned more about cyberspace there than I did in school. But basically, it was all about games. And I grew up.
Games are for
I wish you'd ask-
fucking losers. Am I right? Let's go ask what's his ass. Maybe he could give us a clue. I think we just gotta line up the photos. Just gotta figure out what it is.
Come on, Quinlan, we gonna do this or... Not bad for a first-timer. Was it good for you, too?
You kicked ass in there.
No shit, Sherlock. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got about a month of girly mags to catch up on.
What? Did we get her back? We didn't. We just can go talk to him back at his house now, since we know some info on him. He lives in the eyes of Karen Allen. Feels bad, but what can you do, right? She might be a killer. Like right there, that was kind of silly, right? We didn't do anything different, and then all of a sudden now he'll leave. Just because we did some other shit. Like, nothing's changed when it came to our deep dive in her mind. It's just pure flags. He should have just left immediately afterwards, and then we could just visit him here instead of having a flag to do that. Because then that adds an extra step of you just randomly trying to talk to your girl again, and then he'll leave. Just like knock that out. Does it even feel stupid because you're long since finished the attack on her brain or whatever the fuck, and they act like it was some cool shit they just did.
What should I do about Catherine, Eddie?
I went through this with you already. What are you, fucking stupid? Dump in anything you get from the Ripper. I can't do this for you.
I didn't know that you, Magnata, and Burton were all in the Web Runners together.
Those were the days. Christ, did we have fun. I was the guru. Magnata was the brooding bohemian. Burton was the straight-laced schoolgirl surfing the edge. Too bad it all went down the shitter.
So you and Burton were married?
What can I say? It was the perfect day. Magnata fucked it up.
How do you mean?
My wedding day. I knew he had the hots for Claire, so I didn't invite him. The bastard turns up anyway. You know the part where the judge says, anybody got anything to say? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Magnata was holding his peace, and he had a lot to say.
You mean he interrupted the ceremony?
Yeah. And after we threw him out of there, he turns up the party afterwards, like nothing happened. Walks up to Claire, asks her to dance. She looks at him. She looks at me. I say, get the fuck out of here! And he goes nuts. My wedding day. Took 4 guys to pull him off me. 5 guys to pull me off him. After that, nothing was ever right.
All right. Later, dude. Yeah, still out here, man. Getting it. Good luck, pal.
I wish you'd ask all of your questions at...
My questions have been asked. Can I find, nada? What is in here? I don't think we can get in this room. Yeah. Now we gotta wait it out. Trying to find the connector, man. Taco 42. Do they all need to be lined up? Maybe the 86 or the 40, man. I don't even know if the numbers are actually what they're after. Did all these anyways, man. No. This one's more so bib. With elements of so big occasionally in it. It's mostly just the so bib though. Yeah, Silent. His famous 2040 serial killings he's going to do in New York City. Please look forward to it. I don't know if all of these need to be lined up or just like some of them. I don't know the tell. Like, I'm going off of numbers here. Like, this is number 4. This is like 14, 42, 50, 86, but I mean, you could say this is 40. Maybe it's the last number that appears. Coyote. Did you hunt it? I could MR1 through 3 though. This might be similar sort of excitement. You can't fit all of these in a line. Unless some of these are bait. Or you have to like vertical stack, then. Well, I tried doing the numbers. The last numbers didn't really do much. I assume it'll do something when I get it. One feels like it shouldn't be bullshit, but I don't know, man. What it probably counts as an orders could be insane. Who knows? $30 a megabyte. Jeez, that's pretty pricey, man. Somebody tell her how much that's worth nowadays. Yeah, pretty much, man. Maybe the numbers don't matter. Tension runners. Kegger. underline shit. No idea. I'm trying to line like the tops or just certain words. I don't think she'd have anything new to tell us. I think she pretty much just says her piece and that's it.
I'm sorry.
Hmm. Do you think it'd have something to do with the numbers, but maybe it's the underline? I'll have to stop soon. What's up, Harlequin? Not for long. Gonna stop soon. I went and decompressed my mind. Took a grocery trip break, and that was good. But I'm starting to get tired now. I've made some progress. Maybe we'll finish tomorrow. I'll either just do a short day tomorrow, or we'll do a little something small on the side. Maybe a different point and click. We'll see. Yeah, still going though. I'd like to get this puzzle before I get off, but I'm pretty tired. It hit me like a bag of bricks. Just to line all these up in a particular order, but never did turn this on. I was curious how different it makes things. Doesn't seem to do much. If it messes with these at all. They're the same. I really don't think they do much at all. The difficulty slider, I think it's just there for show, for the most part. No, we haven't seen any of this anywhere else. I assume we could just figure it all out right here on the spot, but I don't know how. Unless it's in like some kind of colored order. Oh yeah, I'm excited to try it out myself. It could be cool. Yeah, a lot of RPGs, which is probably why I won't do any extensions for this. It's I'd say, and I might. As long as I feel like we get through quite a few during the next week or two. And I'm really solid on that. We'll probably not really extend it. Like I said, the idea was to do these more often, but have them be slightly shorter. So. So bib, right here, dude. You only skirt the line with it. They're so big. Nope. That's just how it goes. You can't really know. This one has been funny bad at times for sure. But I do a lot of lowest rated games for so big. Like we're gonna do Flat Out 3, which is one of the lowest rated on Steam. But doing like a lowest rated, yeah, like Metacritic lowest rated or something. I don't know what the best aggregator would be. That could be fun. Pure shit. I'd have to do like a week. I don't know if I could do a really long time. That'll wear on you. Yeah, true. That's probably a good way of doing it. Yeah, that'd be fun. You too. Review scores have changed so much too. If you wanted, you could do it in certain time periods, but yeah. Trying to do like of all time. That wouldn't be very accurate, but it'd be fun to do still. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it for long though. I would, you know, it'd be so painful you'd start losing your sanity. Occasionally you'll get a so big game that does that. Which is why I stopped doing month-long ones. Because you want them to be funny and entertaining, but sometimes you're just, you know, you're getting too used to that kind of comedy, or some of them are just bad. And the good stuff's piling up, so that's why I figured 2.5 weeks this time would be good. And it's been great. We've had a lot of really good so big shit. This is probably the worst one so far, and it's still funny at times. But I'll probably get off here in a minute. I'm getting tired. And I don't know what to do on this one. So we'll sleep on it. And we'll come back. So yeah, anyways guys. Thank you very much for chilling. This one's been, like I said, pretty fucked. But it's got some funny parts. Some fun performances. Interesting world. That old FMV 3D model style. I don't know, that the edgy, fear, you know, spooky shit, and like the VR, there's just like a dagger you just run around with as a cursor, you know, all sorts of like 90s-y kind of FMV goodness. So that's been fun, but the speed you move is just unreal. Some of the puzzles, some of them are totally fine. I would say, you know, at least half. Wouldn't think twice. You get some challenging ones, and then there's just some arcane stuff in there that, compounded with the movement, just sucks. Like, I mean, it's really just making leaps of faith, and very extended leaps of faith. So I think those drag it down pretty hard. For what's otherwise kind of just like a whatever murder mystery story. If it's got this kind of like compartmentalized like murder mystery, that will kind of suck. I hope that it's just like a single murder that you have to figure out in the story. If it kind of is randomized, Apparently there's other scenarios where it is. According to the manual, then, the story will hurt because of it. It already probably is. Because, I mean, it's like everybody's kind of gonna have to have equal levels of, like, you know, culpability, or it'll be, like, really obvious or something. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe there's so much evidence that moves around, and maybe they reveal certain story things in some people, you know, versions and not others, that it's neat. I don't know. So far, some of the backstory and the performances in the world, that's definitely been the strong point. The music's not been good. Usually grating for how long you have to listen to it, but in short bursts, it's got atmosphere. Usually spooky. Yeah. Lots of thoughts right now. As a so big game, I mean, it's definitely got we've had some good chuckles, some laughs, but it's just offset by really slow, crippling boredom. Anyways, we'll finish this tomorrow. We'll see with how much time left. If it takes like 8 hours or something, I think I'll just have a shorter day tomorrow. But if we finish it pretty quickly, maybe I'll start up the other point and click while I'm in the seat. Should be Urban Runner, which I don't even know how bad that one is. We'll see. It's supposed to be quite a bit shorter. It's another FMV one. And then we'll see after that. So, ciao for now.